Time for the sponsor's opening commercial message.
The federal health insurance marketplace is now open. So if you're under 65, you're free to shop for the health plan that's right for you. UPMC Health Plan has some of the lowest price plans on the marketplace. Plus, you may be eligible for financial assistance to help you pay for your insurance. For affordable coverage that includes access to UPMC and digital tools to help you manage your health, visit upmchealthplan.com/marketplace. Enroll today.
All right, you're asking for it, so here it is.
Epicast.
Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, swinging, all that shit, dog. We sweating, getting wet, all that.
Welcome to Green Room at City Theater. I don't normally stand on chairs.
You need this mic over here?
I did. Oh, all right. I'll take your microphone. That's even better and less awkward. So we're so excited to get to host Drinking Partners podcast here. Can you give a round of applause for Dave Bracey and Ed Bailey? This is a special partnership, so we're actually going to record this episode live. It'll be up online. If you don't know Drinking Partners, you should know them. They're amazing. You can get it wherever you would find your favorite podcasts. And I'm going to turn over the microphone to the experts now. So thank you all so much for coming to One Night in Miami. And if you have friends, tell them about the show because we run through December 1st.
Really appreciate you guys. Everyone who listens online. Welcome to a special live episode of the Drinking Partners Podcast live at City Theater. I'm half of your hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. And, you know, we've been doing 200 plus of these things, man, and we've been asking y'all. For the folks at home, we haven't asked y'all. This is a live show, so
Ask you too.
But we will ask you too as well while we're here. Please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review. That's how we know we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well, and that's how we continue to do well. So please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review.
Look, he trying to be humble, all right? So we need these rates and reviews. All right, and look, we've garnered a reputation. So in lieu of rates and reviews, I don't know how many of y'all got the internet at the house. But in lieu of rates and reviews, we do accept shots of Hennessy, okay? So
Yes,
please,
sir. Yes, sir.
after the show, I don't know if y'all got that brown liquor over there, but we would love that brown. Congratulations. But we are excited to be here again live at City Theater. We are just coming out of the wonderful stage play, One Night in Miami. Clap it up for that, man. That was... We are honored to be here with some of the cast as well as the director. So we have Reginald Douglas, the director. We have Thomas Walter Booker. He played Cassius Clay. And we have Quincy Chad playing Jim Brown in the building. We need y'all to say what up to the people.
Right. How y'all doing, people? I'm Thomas Walter Booker. I played Cassius Clay.
Hello.
He really behind the scenes.
They already know who I am. I'm Rex Douglas. What's up?
Oh, shit.
Soft flex.
Oh, gee.
We need a soft flex meter.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Quincy Chad, and I play Jim Brown.
So we can't say it enough, man. This was a wonderful play, a mix of emotion. Like you sitting there, and at first I couldn't figure out. I'm trying to figure like how did all these motherfuckers get in the same room?
Yeah. Like it's like a super group of hangout and shit like that.
It was a super group. It was like the Warriors. And I hate to say that because I'm from Cleveland. That's irrelevant. Don't. Jim Brown just entertained y'all like for mad long.
He was wearing Cleveland colors the whole time, and y'all love that shit. Y'all ain't even.
So glad
It was
you
subtle.
caught that.
It was subversive.
That was
Like, did you see?
purposeful.
Oh, I
I'm
noticed.
glad you caught
Listen,
that.
man. We some dressing motherfuckers out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we saw the wardrobe in there. That was, and it was nice. It was even 70s and shit like that. It was like, so did y'all like? So I was thinking about that with the wardrobe and shit. Did y'all get that cut like specific for that or whatever?
At Cassius, we gotta get you the answer. What's up? How do you do that?
Hey man, so I just came back from the barber today. Yeah, but I say it's been it's been a couple haircuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time backstage, my call is like an hour early before everybody else, and they're like Thomas, we need to snip your hair just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get that box right. You know what I'm saying? That high top real good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and the fit itself. Oh my gosh, sometimes it'd be a little small for my body.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how they wore
It was definitely a medium in that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
medium.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
You talking about yours being a medium? You see what I got on? Bruh,
Yeah, your shit was tight,
I'm
bro.
a little restricted.
It was-
at
it was-
times.
We want to give a shout out to the costume designer,
Oh,
Dominique
yeah,
Fonhill.
Dominique Fonhill,
She did
yeah.
amazing work to bring these
Word.
guys to life.
Yeah.
Even if they're complaining. They know they look good. That's why they're complaining. Yeah.
Because listen. If it's a medium, then that means you can see the definition. You know what I'm saying?
that hard work.
You in the
Yeah,
gym?
that hard-
You had to get in
Yeah.
the gym for the role?
Oh yeah. I'm in there every day. You know,
Okay,
you gotta do it
all right,
proper. You know,
all
gotta
right,
gotta
okay.
give Jim Brown the
Calisthenics,
proper
boy.
respect. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. We got to give Jim Brown the proper
Yeah.
respect as a Cleveland Brown. Don't give a fuck. That's cool.
But so did like so or like would you like were you born for this role? Is that like because like you even right now like are you method acting where you just always be staying in that shit, or is that like because like you sound like that mother, you kind of look like the mother, you got the hair like you know what I mean like how does that casting work? Like when you see a role, you be like, of course that's me. Yeah, you know what I mean like, or do you like did you have to? Like how does that work?
I would say when you actually like book something, I feel like that's when it like you said, born, like it's destined. Yeah, like when you book something, it's definitely meant for you because nobody else, you know what I'm saying? They got like thousands, you know what I'm saying? Thousands of people auditioning for this one thing, and that one person got chosen for that. So clearly, that means you are destined to do that thing.
You gotta bloviate the stats. You gotta make the stats a little heftier than they are.
But like when you like is that your mannerisms and all that like I mean because like again because I said I've seen I know Muhammad, everybody know Ali. And you see like Will Smith don't talk like fucking Ali. That's just you know what I mean it's Will Smith and they're like playing Ali or whatever. And I still don't know what's you versus what's Ali yet. You know what I mean like
Bruh. See, he gonna play around. His voice sounds like that.
yeah like, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to like
When
is
I
that
met him, I'm like, wait, what? You in character right now?
I'm
You
still.
hear him talking right now, right? You hear him talking?
Yeah, like,
He's not
like,
in character right
was
now.
you just sitting on the couch and motherfuckers like, you know they got another Ali motherfucker that's going up. Like, they got a whole thing. You might as well just show up for it. You know what I mean? Like, or did you have to, like, put some training into it and, like, have to, like, you know, do you know that you have to, like what's the prep for this that you go
Prep
through?
for it, man. So we start off, you book the role, then you just start doing your research. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started on the Wikipedia page about Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? Just reading up, like, the start to finish, like, you know what I'm saying, where he was born, all that stuff. And I just started watching hella, like, YouTube videos and just, like, trying to get, like, the cadence exactly down. Because, yeah, I sound a little bit like him when I'm talking right now. But, like, you know what I'm saying? That's something you got to work for, though. Because that's a really specific type of melody and sing-songy type of thing, man. Yeah.
So what is the mindset when you're on stage though? Like you're acting, but like how do you capture, I guess, the magnitude of the moment? Because to have those four individuals in a room, you know, that's huge. But you know, you're not Muhammad Ali, you're not Jim Brown, but you have to emulate.
Yeah.
See, and he big as shit too. And when somebody say that, like threatening to you, like I'm sweating under my armpit, I don't know what to do now. But seriously, how do you get into that? How do you figure out like how you behave with each? Because there's a roller coaster of emotion. They're enjoying themselves, but then it gets really heavy, and then it comes to a crescendo where it's like, all right, we all kind of get what it is. But again, this is not you going through these wave of emotions. This is like a different person that you never met, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, and what Thomas said is true. I mean, you start with the research, right? And we've all been asked this question about, you know, in terms of pressure on being these people, playing these characters, these icons.
Because Jim Brown is like still alive, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Still like looking
in the streets.
Yeah, like, hey. Brother. Yeah.
You ain't even, he might see like, yo, you ain't got a kufi on.
Yeah.
You gonna beat me without a kufi, man.
Well, then he could blame Dominique for the kufi. I'm not in charge of costumes, but you know, you give the role the proper respect. You know, like Thomas said, you start with your research, and it informs your behavior on the stage. We've been blessed. We've been extremely blessed as a cast to have Reggie as our director. He's let us play, let us figure things out. A lot of directors, you come on, you do some stuff, and it's like extremely regimented. Like you have to do this here and that. Reggie's like, all right, we figured it out. You want to try that? Okay, let's try that. Let's see if it works. So we kind of built a bond through playing. You know, and even the other actors that aren't sitting up here right now, they're all sitting right there in front of you.
It's work.
It's
You want to come get this work?
it's truly been a blessing to work with these guys. I mean, we've built
real.
a brotherhood. You know, just we're so comfortable with each other. We're hanging out with each other 2 a.m. You know, we might have a show at 10, and we're hanging out. We just talking, and that's what you see upstage.
Right.
You see that relationship. You know, because we become very close.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you see. It's almost easy now. It's so much easier when you have a real relationship with someone.
So I want to get into the real meat and potatoes because this is a very powerful, poignant play, and it speaks to power, literally. Like,
can I interrupt you for 1
Go
second?
ahead.
Do you do voiceovers?
Yeah, facts.
Yo, I was talking to you
Boy
before
got
we
the
started,
booming, yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool.
Deep
You
voice,
talking?"
day
and
over here.
I'm like, "Who is this? Who are you? What?
yeah,
Bruh,
nah, I
bro,
mean,
you need an
listen,
agent, bro."
There's a few folks that know my skills. You know what I
Okay,
mean? They
okay,
typically,
okay.
behind
Okay.
closed doors.
I got
you know
you,
what
I got
we ain't
you,
gonna get in. We ain't gonna get in there.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna get
PG-13
in.
right now,
You be,
brother.
you be in the gym, I be elsewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
okay,
It's just,
okay.
we all got
right.
Hey, I be
But-
elsewhere and in the gym, brother. I'm telling you. All right.
But we I want to get into the meat and potatoes because again this is a hard hitting poignant play or whatever, and you are speaking to power and literally and I want to know how is it because a lot of the themes in that is blackness and blackness. The nuances of blackness, you know what I mean? Like one of the lines that really stuck out to me or whatever when he was it always seems like you light-skinned brothers is always the most militant. Are you proving it to the white folks or to the black folks?
For the listeners.
And
Of course he would. Of course.
I'm like, ooh, shit, because it does hit hard because there is a little bit of that, like in me where I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm always trying to feel like, you know what I mean, like with the light skin because it is as a light skin person, colorism is real, and there are privileges that are given to me that aren't given to darker, of our kin and whatnot. So that was a line that hit, and I was like, oh shit, I'm sitting there or whatever. Then I'm looking at it, and I'm looking in this room, and this is a whole black cast in a room for mostly white folks. Right. So not only are you talking about these things or whatever, you're literally talking about these things in the all white,
Sam Cooke at the Copa.
Sam Cooke at the Copa. So it's like, so how is that? How do you, I don't know, how do you feel? How do you carry that in that moment? You know what I mean? Like, does that impact your with the direction, are you thinking about, when you're doing that, and as you're acting and you're looking out there, are you thinking about that, and how does that affect your delivery and your direction of the play?
Hey man, hey man, honestly, so when it is a whole bunch of white people out there, some people be like, nah, I don't know about this. It's supposed to be for black people. Nah, man, I'm like, I get excited off of that because I'm like, yo, we get to talk all this shit about white people to white people, man.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? How often does that happen? Just you know what I'm saying?
Every
In a
time
space,
I'm
and
on
it's
stage.
but listen, and it's a poignant point though. You know what I'm saying? It's all out of love. It's not like a thing of oh, I'm trying to put y'all down and make y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's this is a story that we have to tell that doesn't get told, and otherwise it's just gonna be forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad, can't never forget the icons, but the fact that this happened and that these 4 brothers knew each other, that's so important. And then, you know what I'm saying? Some white people gonna leave this theater being like, oh my God, I didn't know that da-da-da-da-da was with da-da-da-da-da. Oh my God, I'm gonna start doing research. I'm gonna make this my life's work. Come on, man.
We gotta educate.
Come on, man.
Da-da-da-da-da-da is a way for black people to identify something that we don't know the name of.
It's the black version of yada yada.
Yeah, there you go. We didn't want y'all to get
lost
lost.
his microphone
He
privileges.
with several da-da-da-da-da-das, and everybody was like, well, who's that? He doesn't have an album.
Okay. I'm gonna answer a little bit differently than Thomas.
Yeah.
I like white women too. You know?
Yeah.
You ain't like that line, right?
He's a method actor.
You dropped that. I like I do like pork and white women. So I ain't even. Yeah,
No, but the first kind of lesson Reg taught us when we came into rehearsal was we had asked some questions about the play, and Kemp echoed the same sentiment, which was that this unapologetically black. That's what this is. You know what I mean? And for us to be up there telling this story to whoever's in the crowd, at least for me, I can't tell when I'm up there what's in the crowd or whatever. There might be certain jokes that might hit harder if we have more black people in the crowd or whatever, something like that. But it's not going to change my performance specifically. You know, I'm up there, I'm in the moment, I'm listening, I'm reacting, I'm with these other guys, I get to play. You know, I'm looking in Sam's eyes as he's singing Change Gonna Come. It don't matter who the hell is out there, that's gonna hit you. You know what I'm saying? It's easy because of the words that we have. And like I said, the freedom that we were given and the brotherhood that we built together. It doesn't change at all who's out there for me. Now, at the same time, like, it kind of is interesting knowing that I'm doing this and looking out now after, being like, oh, okay, we might have taught somebody who may not have been familiar with what we just did. You know, so you take some pride in that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I work at City Theater, and so I love our audience. No, I keep it really real. No.
Listen,
Disclaimer.
This ain't new to me.
No. I'm going to keep
mic.
it really real. And I always do a disclaimer. I have the same birthday as Oprah, so it's every now and then gets a little bit Maya Angelou on your ass.
Can you give me a car?
But I got no car, but I got some inspiration. But what I want to say is, you know, I love City Theater, and I love our audience, predominantly white or not, because my job as an artist is not to reflect the world as it is, but as it could be. And so I think this play exists in the magic of imagination. And so, see, I told you. I tried to give you a disclaimer. You know, our job as artists is to live in our specificity, and out of that comes Universal. And so what I'm so proud of and in awe of these bold African-American male actors is that they're telling truth and living truth. You know, I hope you felt the play was felt. It's not a play that lives in your head alone. It's a play that lives in your heart. And I'm in such awe. I know Kemp, our player, I was here last week for opening night. He echoes this sentiment of these guys are doing courageous, bold, honest, vulnerable work. And that's the black men I know. They're strong, they're powerful, they're also human. And they laugh, they dance, they sing, they cut up, they're ridiculous. We have so much joy in the black community. And so often the narrative is one of pain. And so I'm so thrilled to be able to share with no matter who's in the audience, young, old, black, white, anywhere in between, a story that's truthful. And there's moments in the direction where you purposely walk to the edge of the stage and speak right to the audience. You know, we talk about the reality that this audience is probably about 70% white on most days. We're embracing that in the hope of pushing a level of empathy that's deeper than just, I'm a spectator. No, you are being implicated and hopefully inspired by the narrative that you're hearing. And we do that in 90 minutes. Don't you want to come see it before December 1st?
Go ahead, Rich.
So what sort of self-discovery comes from this? Because like with art,
How have you grown?
He about to.
because like so we
It's a little early, don't you think?
No, because we're both comedians, and you know our job is to make people laugh. That's what it is. Like every time I get on, it's to make you laugh. Now the great comedians make you think. They bring something of themselves. They discover themselves on stage. Now you get this play, it's already written. You know what I mean? And I heard some phrase called laugh lines. There are laugh lines in there. They hit different. You know, you say you got to perform the same each time.
Yeah.
But you have what is it, a 4-week run? 3-week run? Yeah. So throughout the process, does the performance impact you more because you now grow more into the character?
Well, the first thing you asked was what kind of self-discovery you go through, right? We keep talking about these guys as icons, and you know they're almost in a place that we can't even touch, right? They're not even human to us, right? And I know I can speak for only myself, right? Playing Jim, you know, I grew up playing football, idolizing him. I was a running back, blah, 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 all that whole thing. So when you book the role, it's like, whew, damn. Like, wow, this is crazy. I'm about to play Jim Brown. Like, this is like a dream.
It it's kind of crazy because it's wild, like, you know, with the football background or whatever, and then being, you know, like a thespian. You know what I mean? Like they don't. You mean they don't typically? You mean the arts crowd and the sports crowd don't really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's still black. We don't waste things. Oh, they ate all that ice cream.
They did eat that. That was wild. They ate all those bowls of ice cream.
Did you see him swigging the bowl?
I like this ain't prop cream.
We eat that watery shit. That's when the ice cream melts. We just pour it. You know.
And that wasn't even part of the play. Them motherfuckers was eating in the bowl. Like, But it is good, like you said,
Yeah.
like it's a dream come true because it would be crazy to be an actor and then play like one of the most iconic fucking running backs, which is a rare. How many
He's the most.
how many running back
chance.
actors are there? And you're encapsulating that.
Yeah. I played in college, high school, everything. But it's when I tell you it's a dream come true, it really is. Like I'm not just saying that. Like I went out. Actually, I had auditioned for the other run that was in Miami prior to this one, and went through callbacks and all that. Didn't get it. And I was like, damn, man. You know, it really hurts sometimes when you really want stuff. Because sometimes as actors, we have so many auditions. We hear no so many times. Y'all have no idea how many times we hear no. Like the job is about rejection, and you have to get comfortable with that.
Comfortable
but
with rejection.
Yeah. Not everybody's comfortable with rejection, but if you're an actor, you have to be.
Of course.
You just
you're
move right
any
along.
kind of entrepreneur, to be on
Oh,
any
yeah.
kind of if you're
Oh, yeah.
doing anything other than getting paid a 9 to 5 to just punch or whatever, there's got to be some comfortability with rejection. I think that's a huge lesson there.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So when I got that first no, after going through a couple rounds and then got the no like right before the end, I was like, damn. Next thing I know, boop, here it comes again. It comes back around. I'm like, oh, no. They're not about to tell me no again. I'm about to get this one. Like, nah.
What did you do? What did you do in between the no's?
He said his highlight tape.
You said what?
Send Reggie his highlight tape.
Nah, you know,
Running back.
what did I do in between? I mean, it's one project, right? So you're bouncing from project to project. You looking at other stuff, you're auditioning for other stuff. But personally, you mean in terms of like changing?
If you got rejected for this role before,
Yeah.
and you're coming up for it again,
Yeah.
what are like how do you because like clearly you wouldn't want to do the same, you wouldn't want to audition the same way
Right.
every time. So like
Right.
what are some of the nuances between those takes that you may have like improved on, or did you take like some kind of feedback and like, you know what I mean, grow on that?
No, you know what? Funny thing you say feedback is like you're lucky if you ever get feedback in this.
Period.
business. You lucky if you even hear no.
Right.
You just waiting.
You just you don't hear nothing.
Oh, they just don't
you don't
tell
hear
you
nothing.
back?
It's like, yeah, like the
leave you
job
on the
interview is
dot, dot,
like,
dot.
hey.
Slim, you realize send it
exactly.
off into the void.
It's like the bubble text on the
Big
iPhone.
black hole.
That's what you.
They ghosted
And
you.
sometimes you might not even get the bubble text. It's just blank.
Nah,
You
you
just
get
staring
left
at your
on red,
text.
bro.
Right,
You get left
right.
on red. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
But the thing is that you can't like focus on the one you just had either. You know, so it's not like you're waiting. You know, because you got other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't really wait. But in terms of what I changed, you know, I just tried to put in even more work. You know, and different stuff came out. It sometimes it's magical what happens in a room, right, Reg?
yeah.
Yes. No, I say I don't want to just deflect from the question, but I say this all the time that these 6 actors, for good or bad, are their characters off stage. I mean, Thomas, you just heard it. That's real.
Yeah.
Quincy, we did a photo shoot on the second day. We have an amazing marketing director at City Theater, Nikki Battistelli, and she was like, agreed to my crazy idea. These guys deserve their Vogue Vanity Fair photo shoot. She's like, I'll make it happen. Day 2 of rehearsal, we're doing this photo shoot, and Mr. Quincy Chad, like Jim Brown, the football star actor, is like, I'm taking the center chair, spreading my legs. Everybody get around me. I'm the king. Lamar Cheston is just mastercraft. I mean, he is able to hold that mean mug, as the kids called it.
I hated that motherfucker
like a
at
master.
the end of that play, man.
Master.
I just wanted to
Brendan
throw. I was like, oh, you a
is-
black belt motherfucker? I just wanted to throat chop
He's
that at
amazing.
him.
Yeah.
But
then
that's
you
a
get off
great-
stage and he's the nicest guy ever. And that's how Lamar, he's serious, he's focused. Brendan's everyone's little brother. He's your little cousin at the barbecue. And that's what Kareem is. I want some ice cream.
I saw the motherfucker in the window, and like, and it was
He's
wild
having the
because
best time ever.
you don't, and that's the thing, like with the play or whatever, because like I was at an angle where I could see him through the window,
All
and there was a
little
little bit of a
secrets,
glare.
yeah.
So like it's wild how like if you're sitting on the other
It's a
side,
different show
you might not
depending where
see
you're
it. So it's a
sitting.
different
Yep.
place or whatever.
And there's also, Dwayne Washington, who plays Sam Cooke, comes into the audience, and he is Sam Cooke. I mean, the staff calls him the Songbird because he is the
He let his
sweetest,
little
nicest
taco
guy
meat
with
grow,
this
too.
awesome voice.
You let the
You guys
little
taco meat out.
Details.
Not a
Details,
wait.
brother.
Dwayne also lives in 1964. He just sits in the front of the bus now, but he's living this 60s screen. And then Ave Glenn, he is the king. He's the master orator. He's our Shakespeare king. Look at him right now. He's fucking posed up right now in the lobby of a theater.
And don't, I'm gonna tell you one thing about Abe. Don't
These
sleep.
guys
You looking
are a
at
dream.
him? Don't sleep on Abe. Abe is the funniest dude in this cast by far.
It was easy.
By far.
They are the perfect ensemble to bring this to life because they bring so much of themselves and their skills and their heart to these roles. And so I can't speak to the other auditions that they've gone on, but it was so crystal clear that yes, they would fit these parts, but that their spirits would fit this room. And for me, this play was about making a party. And I like to party with cool people. I don't like quiet people. I don't like boring parties. We had the best party ever because these guys know how to turn up, but also keep it real and keep it focused. So I appreciate them.
Yes, sir.
So can I ask, and I don't know if this is taboo, but I do want to ask and everything. So for Reggie, I want to ask, what do you feel is the most difficult role to cast? And for you all, because I would imagine you read each role when you're reading the play, or when you see the play, you read each one. Which is the one that you thought was like, you know what? Nah, I can't fuck with that one.
Well, I can't sing, so I can't be Sam Cooke. I mean, come on.
Hey, man.
That was automatic.
I ain't that old yet, man. Malcolm, bro. I ain't that old.
You say, I'm going to get the cut, but you're not dying my shit red. Like,
No, it hit me. It actually, I think all these roles are actually really hard. All of them, all 6 of them, because all 6 of them are really on stage the whole time. They got to learn how to pass the ball. And so you can't cast the solo player. I love Beyonce, but you need a couple of Kelly Rowlands who can poo.
Whoa, let's not.
Wait, let me finish. Let me make it clear.
We are not gonna sleep on Kelly.
Let me make it clear. I love Kelly, and my friend group, I'm Michelle, so I'll keep it real. My friends are here. But what you want is a Beyonce who knows how to say yes. So think about the song "Say Yes." Beyonce takes second verse, even though she's Beyonce. And that's who I cast. I cast 6 Beyoncés who know how to pass the ball and let someone else have the lead role.
Ooh, that is.
And that's hard. And I think the hardest character to do that is Sam Cooke. And so when Dwayne was the last person I cast, he was maybe a month before we started rehearsals, because I would not settle, because I needed someone who could sing their face off, could act their face off, and wouldn't be about their shit, because they could do all those things. Exactly.
About it
so I got 6 Beyoncés who are willing to be like, you know what? You can take this verse. You can have that verse. They always give me the bridge.
They always get bridge.
So I've always wondered, because with comedians or whatever, our thing is to we know we're doing well when we elicit laughter. You know what I mean? And we know we're doing better when afterwards, somebody told us that we learned something from it. Sure. But as I said earlier, whatever, dependent upon your place in the audience, you're getting a different experience. You know what I mean? So with you as a performer, you know what I mean? So we'll have a play. Not a play. We perform in the theater as comedians, and we're only up at Comtra. It's a theaters in the round, and it's wild to have comics come in because they're like, I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna perform to, you know what I mean? Because there's people to the back of me, there's people all over, whatever. Whereas typical comedy stages, you're right there. So as you're playing, you know what I mean? They could see you from one direction. But with a play like this, especially with the way that the set is up there or whatever, and like you said, all these actors are on stage all the time. So it was wild to see the room was in there. So you have that. But then you had the whole hotel, and you would see the guards kind of in different places as they left from you know what I mean, from the room, and how they're dealing with how that happened afterwards. And there's all this, and dependent upon where you're sitting in the place, you're getting different aspects of that. So as an actor, as a director, how do you gauge whether or not you are doing well on a play, and then where do you go from there? Because it's not as simple as did they laugh or not. You know what I mean? So what are some of the cues that you take from that to know if you've done well?
Well, for me, in my training personally, it's really it really ain't about you know what I'm saying, the audience. Yes, the audience is a factor. They're another character added to the play, but it's not like I'm out here oh, I need to say this line to make all of the audience laugh at this moment. It's nah, I'm with my brothers, and by me being with my brothers in this moment and reacting to what they given me in that moment, yes, there's the arc of the play, but there's the real things that happen. 2 nights ago, there's a moment where I get on the chair right before I say, "Why am I so pretty?" That chair almost flipped over. I said, "Whoa." wait a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's tangible in the room. So it's like, yeah, I was like, whoa, like this is crazy. So yeah, that's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about the audience because the audience is gonna receive it because the story's getting told because we all, you know what I'm saying? We all in it with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I hopped on the chair a little too fast, Reg. I hopped on it a little too fast. But
you didn't even know.
No. He wasn't there. He wasn't there 2 nights ago.
Testament to your skill, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
You over here stitching on yourself. Yeah. I mean, like, I fucked up. He ain't even know you fucked up.
But I don't even call it a fuck up. I call that was one night in Miami that night. That was 1964 that night. What y'all saw tonight was one night in Miami 1964. Like it's the night every time, regardless of the.
It's too late. You can't pull him off the show. He is Cassius.
I'm off.
We'll learn more about this in a moment.
Looking for training in a new career? Or just need help getting started on a new path? Are you looking for new employees, training for your current employees, or starting your own apprenticeship program? If any of these appeal to you, the Southwest Corner Workforce Development Board can help. With 4 Pennsylvania Career Link centers in Beaver, Greene, and Washington counties, we can help you meet your career goals or to find the right employees for your business. Contact our offices at 724-229-5083 or visit us at www.southwestcornerwdb.com.
So, like, how do you gauge a good night?
Hold on one second. Lamar, you got something to say, man? What's
Come on,
up,
get
brother?
this work,
you all
man.
right? My ticket. You need my drink ticket? Man, I'm up here at the podcast,
real
man. You
brother.
can't just get me a drink.
He's a
Everybody
real
knows
brother.
it's for me.
We are the
Hey,
drinking
God,
partners.
I'm sorry, brother.
You ain't got to be shy about that. We got them for you.
Come on, Kareem.
Like,
Yo, if they ask you for a drink ticket after what you
Don't
just
make
did,
me adjust your bow tie again.
They
This
know
dude-
you. What the-
I'm like,
hey,
I'm trying to
if
be
they got
subtle.
any issues, tell them the drinking partner sent you, man.
Yo,
Like,
what I mean?
this
We
man
on the
furrowed his
podcast.
eyebrow for 90 minutes straight.
Wow.
Yo,
the whole time.
The whole time he
Your
was
whole
tight.
forehead got to be tired than a motherfucker right now.
Yo, after the
earned
show,
that
he just
drink,
get
bro.
his forehead massage. He just in the hotel with his shorty like, you did good, baby.
thank you, El.
She hit him with the shea butter right on his temple. Like, here you go, baby.
He was the angriest.
No, but you see, that's a true brother right there, right?
Just
See
misunderstood.
that? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Come on, Nina. Come on, Nina.
Brooklyn. You said, how do I gauge a good night? Yeah, it's not. What Thomas said is correct. Any kind of training you get, you know, it's not about what happens in the crowd. You know, obviously they're another person that's in the room, but what you're getting in the eyes of your other actor, in your chest, what you're feeling in that moment, living through it properly. You know when you have an excellent show. You know, and it's when, especially with something like this, it's like you go through the emotions. We're not acting anymore. It's like we're actually just in it and we're doing. So, like, you see me at the beginning, and I'm laughing, joking, doing all this stuff, and then there's tears trickling down my face. Like, it's a real thing that's happening. You know what I'm saying? And I think almost any black man, you listen to Change Gonna Come if you know the story behind it, and you got somebody singing it right in front of you, and it's hitting you in your chest. Like, that's, I mean, that,
His
I
chest
could,
hairs
I could
is
lay
out.
on the floor and cry. But good thing Reggie ain't want me to do that.
That wasn't
Because
instructed.
again, we got to tell a story, right? So
I don't go to many stage plays, but this is the first time where I've seen where the setting is 4 guys in a room. And the entire time, it's really just you 4 characters, and the 2 Nation brothers, but, you know, they're out there the whole time, but, like, the setting is the room, you know.
Yep, nope.
How different is this from any other stage play you've been in? Like, is this something, is this normal?
Because they do be mixing shit up.
They be,
it was no, shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, and can we give a shout out to the whoever set the
design.
the
Yeah,
setting?
Tony.
Tony.
Tony's not here tonight, but yeah, they killed it.
Tony,
They killed
I was
it.
walking around.
They killed
I was
it.
like, can that support human
Yeah.
weight over there? Like, y'all built a whole ass mini hotel. Like, I feel like whoever set that design needs to be building shit for homeless motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Because that shit was sturdy. That was like a real ass house. I'm like, yo, what's the rent on this? Are y'all just gonna throw this out?
Yeah,
You know what
I'm
I mean?
doing
You had like 2 more walls, and I'll pay a couple $100 to stay in this motherfucker. You know
I'm
what I mean?
redoing my kitchen right now, and I was like, yo, what type of vinyl plank is that?
That's
Is
an
that
Airbnb.
But how different is that from like plays that you do normally with just
in terms of the set? It's very different. I mean, usually you have a bunch of different things going on, a switch, and specifically for me, I don't leave until almost the end of the play. I'm there the entire time. And so nothing has changed, right? And we talked to Kemp about this, is that, and Reggie, as we kind of went through the process, like as me trying to find Jim, he's the rock between everybody. He has his moment alone with Malcolm. He has his moment alone with Sam. He has his moment alone with Cash. And like, he knows everybody's kind of stuff. Yeah, and he can challenge everybody. So it's just a very different kind of thing for us to just have some like pure consistency on the stage, and just, it kind of lets us relax a little bit too, at least for me. Mm-hmm. I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, it's like nothing's going to change. You don't really got to, only thing I do is scoop some ice cream at one point. But other than that, I'm out here and we're alive.
I mean, the biggest difference for me, like as far as like stage plays that I've done, is that yes, like it's based off of real people, and that, you know what I'm saying, you have to bring that research element into it, because there's research that's to be done with every other stage play, but to have an actual person that you can pinpoint and be like, hey, this is the research I have to do for it. That was, I guess, the biggest difference for me, because, you know what I'm saying, when you're on stage and you're in the moment, that's actor to actor. That's every play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't got that, you know what I'm saying, your show, like, you know what I'm saying, what you doing? Like, you the Beyonce that ain't giving your Kelly Rowland. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing, for real.
So you speak to research. So, like, how much information is out here about this night? Because I tried to, like, look it up. There's not a lot of info about this night, but this felt authentic. Like, I felt like...
I mean, there's documentaries out now that do speak to this friendship between these four men. So with the idea that Cassius, Sam, Malcolm, and Jim were best friends. Like, that's sort of known knowledge, but not known enough. And I think what Kemp's done that's really special and amazing as an artist, and even more so as a black artist, is I feel as an African-American artist, African-American person, so much of our history is lost. It's been erased. And I feel like our job as artists and as directors and as producers is to rewrite history and to rewrite stories that have been forgotten back into the canon. Because this story will never not be known now. 250 people tonight now know that this black vulnerability is alive and well. And the other artists that come, the more this story is told, the more people know that this moment happened then, and the legacy that they left is yet alive today. And so a lot of it isn't known, but our job as artists, what Kemp's done, I think really powerfully, is write us into history. And I'm grateful for that as an audience member. And I hope that no matter what race you are, what age you are, you're grateful and appreciative that artists are still taking their pen to power to change the world we live in the moment, as well as reclaiming the past that's been forgotten. And I think that's how we find a future that includes all of us as stars.
Are you Muhammad Ali?
This motherfucker is deep.
I'm Oprah.
Yo.
See, don't sleep on Michelle. Don't sleep on Michelle. Michelle got something to tell you.
Listen,
Talk
fam.
about this moment.
My girl just went through my phone yesterday. I need you to write my speech.
Truth.
I need you to explain that reckless text.
He did not just say his girl went through his phone.
Yeah, that's a bullet. I'm gonna need you on. I would like to have you on speed dial. Just to, when the shit hits the fan, I'd be like, hey, yo, bruh, what's the
Bible
what's
says.
the move?
The Bible says.
What's the move?
What's the play?
So, I don't know. I guess you would have. I'd imagine, like, being a part of City Theater or whatever, you have some, influence on the plays that are, coming in and whatnot or whatever. So, like, I guess give us a little bit of insight on, that process. Because I shout out to City Theater. Supporting the podcast, supporting the city. And all the things they do or whatever here in the city, and I would imagine that you have some kind of influence on the things that come in. So give me some of that insight into the process and how and how you chose this or other plays. I mean, I think our mission on paper is we believe in new work, new playwrights are telling stories about the world we live in. I think the way our staff lives it out and the amazing team, and I want to give a big shout out to Claire Drobot, who's director of New Play Development.
Shout out to Claire.
Really On paper,
Cliff?
her job is to find plays and help work with playwrights. But what she does every day is we call it living dramaturgy. So her job is really to take all the stories we tell and get them into the community. And even things like this podcast is because of her vision for letting this company be a place where all of Pittsburgh can see themselves. And so when we think about the plays we want to put on the stage, whether it's in our New Work Festival where it's just a reading of the first draft, to a play like this or plays that have been on Broadway that have been here, or world premieres we make, we're always thinking about how does this play speak to this community right now and ask big questions about the world we live in a human way. And I'm blessed to work at a company like this with colleagues like this, and I get to bring in amazing artists from around the country. DC, New York, LA are in the building right now making art that matters, and they're making it for Pittsburgh. And, I moved here from New York about 4 years ago, and I'm grateful I grew up in New York. I was exposed to everything. But to be in a city like this, I know.
Like 45
I made it.
Podcast before
I
you
made
mentioned
it.
that you were from New York.
I tried.
I always want to give
they had a
positive
moment.
I can't help
reinforcement.
it.
They had
I
a
can't help
moment
but be
earlier.
who I
And
am.
you earned that.
They had
You
a
earned
moment
that.
earlier.
I can't help but be who I am.
He was
But
subtle.
I'm grateful
Oh,
because
you
when
know
I
he said
came
earlier?
here, I
Oh,
found
okay,
a
well,
community.
I take that back.
Yeah, when I came here, I found a community, and I think that's what makes City Theater special. Is it's a community of people coming together to say that we believe plays about the world we live in and all the ugliness of the world we live in. But even more so, it's joy. My job is to make joy. I party, I dance, I drink. I believe we can do that in the theater.
I was at the
you were
City
at the
Theater.
Bash.
Yeah,
You
Bash,
were.
when y'all
You
had
were.
the whole.
Yes.
We had a party.
Ooh, y'all
Why
motherfuckers
can't the
vogue.
world we
Y'all
live in be a
vogued in the
place that's
parking
full of
lot?
life?
Listen, man, there's nothing more
That's what we do here.
spectacular
We have fun.
than parking lot voguing. And I don't know if
I
you've
was
ever
not
experienced
voguing.
Oh,
It was an
shit.
experience.
Yo,
I was not
It was an
voguing.
experience.
I
Man.
was supporting other people's vogue.
You
I'm
Kelly
a
Rowland
producer.
you
I was
Kelly Rowland
producing the Vogue.
He Kelly Rowland.
But that,
the Vogue,
that's
yo.
an example of who we are. We are the company that's trying to be a place where people can have a good time.
Yeah, it was a
And I
great
think you
time,
can think
yes.
about big questions about the world we live in and still have fun and drink and and celebrate. And that's what Claire does, what our staff does, and that's what we're so glad to have you guys here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having
We're
us.
honored
Real
to be
talk.
here.
Yeah.
talk. Thank you.
So what like after you do a run of a play, you did 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
How are the artist relationships in this artist community? Like, if I do a show with Day and he's out in New York, then he's gonna put me on the shows in New York. If I do well, if I perform well, he'll recommend me. I'll get the pass for that guy in New York. Like, you read a play, you like, yo, I'm gonna hit up Quincy. Yo, he'd be great for this part. How does that work in like theater acting?
That motherfucker be nailing all the Muhammad.
Yeah, that motherfucker
shits.
big.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Muhammad.
Any
like
athlete,
a
fam,
Yeah.
Quincy is my go-to.
Come on, Q.
Yeah, that was funny though. That was funny. I was always taught early on, that work begets work, and doing good work will find you other good work. See Dwayne snapping back there. It's right. He knows it's right because it's a tough business to be in. Like I said, you get a lot of rejection. You get a lot of no's. When you meet people that do good work and you respect their work ethic. They come out every day. Doing something like this ain't easy. There's not a lot of, there's a lot of people you watch on TV and on film, they couldn't do this. I'm going to tell you that straight up.
Yes, sir.
They couldn't do this.
Talk
You
about
come
it.
out here, you got to do this every night, sometimes twice a day, with 2 hours, an hour in between. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people you watch that you love, that you think are amazing, that could not do this.
It's a sport.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, theater.
So,
definitely.
I say that to say this, like, knowing Thomas is a young buck in the game. He's fresh out of school. This is his first gig.
Thank
Yo,
you.
congratulations,
Hey,
brother.
congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
My boy Brennan in the back as well. Fresh out of
Yeah,
school,
fresh
first
out.
gig.
Hey.
You know what I'm
2019
saying?
on the mic.
So I call these two, like especially these two, they're my little brothers, and like Lamar and I knew of each other because he's from Brooklyn, New York.
Another New York.
Like
Another.
I said,
I didn't know if y'all
Damn,
knew.
I'm a
I didn't want y'all to think I meant like
I didn't say
Brookline,
New York.
Mass or something. It's Brooklyn, New York.
Of course.
that's that
And we
privilege that just happened.
we knew of each other, but we didn't know each other like personally. So when I got the email with the cast names and everything on there, I'm like, oh, I know Lamar. Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna be good. You come down here. So now when we go back home, now we linking. Dwayne is living in Brooklyn. I didn't know Dwayne before this, but Dwayne's my brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like we formed just a bond. It's crazy. like how close we are now.
He wanted to say we fucks with each other.
Man, I had to keep it.
With an X,
we
F-U-X.
rock with each other.
Fucks with each other.
To speak, but like to even speak to your questions, like so like in this business, like how you said, like you recommend your friend to do a show for you. It's not as easy for us, like as actors, you know what I'm saying, because it's more determined by who the producer, the writer, you know what I'm saying, whoever the head of that project is, it really has the final say in who does it. But there are situations where people, where, you know what I'm saying, actors will be like, hey, I know you booked me for this thing. I got to drop out because I got something else to do, but there is also this other actor that you should see. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say my man's over here. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that person will get the job,
right, but
it is a way for you to put your other friends onto the game. Because they'll be like, oh, that's right. My friend said, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody said this person can do this, so you know what I'm saying? Let's see them. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because like even sometimes like as we're here, we're talking about, you know, One Night Miami and we love doing the play, but at the same time, like everybody in here has had self-tapes for something else while we're here. So we working on getting the next thing while we're in the middle of this thing.
Always working.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I may get a script and I'm like, yo, I think you could, you know, anytime I get stuff like, you know, these are my brothers.
Yeah,
we reading stuff together because you always got to keep yourself fresh.
Them for other projects. I mean, it's a business of relationships.
Talk about it.
When you get people who are hardworking but are also talented. But you say you want people you want to fucks with. Like, you want to work with cool people.
Yeah.
You can't work with people who are assholes. And these guys, luckily, are amazing actors, but also the coolest
Thanks, Reg.
motherfuckers in the world.
At least in Pittsburgh. You got to spend a lot of time with each other. You know, you want real people around you.
Yeah. So, couple more questions. We're gonna wrap this up here shortly. Whatever. We'll make sure that folks get in bed in time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
First question. Yeah, we are the drinking partners.
I'm never gonna say no.
I don't know if you know us, but we really be drinking on this motherfucking podcast.
I've been in for about 5. What's the name of the
That's
podcast?
why we got the tickets. Lamar got the tickets out here. Yeah, I make it rain.
We
on
see
here.
it now. It's off the side of Lamar.
Make it rain.
He's finally softened his brow.
Yeah.
Yo,
he gave you enough
softened his
tickets.
brow. You stupid.
You know, but so I just a couple of questions. Like we got to wrap up, whatever. First, what have you learned thus far from this experience versus others, and what would you say? You know, so folks trying to get into it, wherever they're at. You know what I mean? Like, and there's so many ways to get into this, you know what I mean, into the thing. What is the one thing that you may say that, you know, you would give them a piece of advice? You know what I mean? So what have you learned from this particular play in the thing or whatever? And then 2, what is the piece of advice that you would say to any kind of new actor, anybody trying to like come into the game that you would say, hey, this is what you need to know?
So thing I've learned, definitely just like the ropes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the young buck, you know what I'm saying? But I say me and Brendan are the young bucks in the group, and just like the ropes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like learning how to conduct yourself in a professional union environment, and knowing that but I say, you know what I'm saying, working with the actors union and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, like that your circle now is way larger because you're in this project and you know these people, and these people know people who know people who know people. Sorry. What was the second part of that? Because I had something for that.
What advice would you give to young folks coming in, or anybody coming
Piece of advice, man. I say, if you try to act, man, take a class. Go. Nah, I'm serious. I'm really serious. But I say, something my dad always told me when I was young was make sure you get your education, man. Make sure like. It don't gotta be college. I'm saying take a class, take an acting class. Make sure that you are in front of professionals, people who have been in the business, who know what to educate you on. Because if you just stepping into this being like, oh, it's just some lines I gotta read, I gotta know them, I can just say them. Oh, no. Make sure you know what you're doing, because we're doing stuff up here. But I say we're doing stuff that people don't really know about. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take a class about that. You gotta know something.
Everybody is the motherfucking best comedian at their water cooler. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know. They see us on stage, like, I can do that shit. It's like,
You don't know You ain't got no idea what we doing.
Damn. Specifically from this, it's just I've never had a piece of art where I'm working with all black men.
Ooh.
There we go. Man. That should happen.
This is the first time that I've ever been a part of this. I've done all kinds of other stuff or whatever, but this is, it's really special to me. I said that I knew of Lamar before this, but it's literally, I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
These cats are like it's like I just, all of a sudden, we just became fraternity brothers. Like, we got real close really fast. It's a very unique experience where you get to, you get to learn everybody's story. You're talking about their journey. You're embracing some of the struggles that they had. They're embracing your struggles. It's a beautiful thing. So there's nothing specifically that I could just say like, oh, I learned this specific thing. But I'm just enjoying the experience. Like, it's just so beautiful. I'm sitting here thinking about, damn, we're about to end in December 1st, bro. Like, I'm gonna miss my dudes. You know what I mean? It's
Shut
some
up,
real
bro.
shit.
You gonna make me cry, bro.
I feel like we're on spring break or something, you know?
I don't even want y'all to end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to form a
What's up
supergroup
with the
and just
extension,
tour.
though? Extend it
Yeah,
What was the second part of the question?
The advice. What would you give?
Exactly.
What's the
Buzzer,
advice
you-
you
you-
would give?
Y'all almost had Jim Brown up here
again.
The advice I give, to people that want to act, I definitely echo Thomas's sentiments about taking a class and it does start with just one class because that's how it started with me. I was in college, I was playing football, I was a political science, sociology major, I was going to law school, I wasn't even thinking about this. I took one class, bro.
Ed has he was an exceptional Negro. You know what I mean? Like, the whole, like, you be like, oh, God damn, you got PhDs and shit. You're like, motherfuckers don't even know. They just see the muscles and they just be like, well, this motherfucker runs. You know what I mean? They don't even know.
That don't even make sense.
My boy,
What do you mean?
funny as hell.
You see muscles guy, this motherfucker run.
Yeah, like, you look like a
The
football
muscles
player.
is up here.
That's part of
Do you even lift, bro?
Yo, that motherfucker run hard.
Name one sport where we ain't running.
Fair enough.
Tennis. Have you
You
watched
running?
tennis?
You running on tennis?
You know what I mean? Have you watched that like tennis?
You
Like,
running
where
there,
we
you
ain't
right.
running.
More agility than running.
I said, what Sam say? I've been
Yeah.
running ever since. Yeah, boy, what you talking about, man?
Badminton.
Come on, boy.
Foosball.
Be a foosball.
Pool. Hockey. Pool.
They running. They running in a sense.
Billiards.
running.
That's about the only sport we playing. We ain't billiards.
Billiards.
Swimming.
Poker.
But it does start with one class. For me, like I said, man, I started with one class and I thought I was just so arrogant. I thought I could just walk in there and I would just be nice. I went in there and my teacher just ripped me and I was like, wow, like I'm trash. I need to go home and work. And I went home and worked and I just realized I love this. Like I don't know what else I could do.
Right.
I'm addicted to this. So when people talk about, oh yeah, I think I want to act. Well, you think you want to act, then you need to act.
Yeah, you
Take
gotta
a
go out and
class.
try it, yeah.
See how it goes because you might do it and it might be like, oh no, I don't like this. Sometimes it's one of those things you dip that toe in the water, it's like, oh, I don't want to get in.
Yeah, when that glitz and glamour ain't there, when you got to get to the nitty gritty, you got to really love that thing because it ain't always beautiful.
Right, as I talked about, it's a lot of rejection.
I'm hearing humility, really. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be humble enough to say, like everybody comes in with the confidence, and then you got to check that shit and go, whoa,
right at the
maybe
door.
I don't know what the fuck I know. You know what I
To
mean?
be an
Like,
artist in general, you
Humility.
got to be
Yeah,
humble.
but I say, yeah. Like you was about to say artist.
Your whole job is to be judged. They're judging your performance. They're judging our performance. They're judging the playwright. They're judging the set. They're judging the costumes. Like everything about you is on display to be judged by the audience, and not like, yo, we gonna write it on Yelp. We like right here. We like right here. Like the lights is dim, but you can see some eyes. You know what I mean? Like it's rough on stage. So we got to wrap this up. So I want to give everybody an opportunity up here to if you want to shout out any project, any social media, let people know where they can find you. These are people that you need to follow. If they're around you, if they're doing something, we know we got Reggie out here doing all the city theater, so we'll have you talk about that. But, Quincy and Thomas will give you an opportunity.
Yeah.
People travel from Pittsburgh. They'll see you.
No. I just want to thank you guys for allowing us to be on your podcast. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all the plug. You know what I'm saying? For real.
We ain't shit without a good guest.
Man, but I say, yeah, y'all can follow me on IG, WalterBook97. You know what I'm saying? You can play that back if you need to really hear what I said.
Lamar over here.
Walter
Lamar over here. He got the drink ticket. He'll report a shot.
He's been working hard. He been working really hard.
Yo, the whole.
Do you just stand in the mirror with the eyebrow?
With the eyebrow, yeah. With
like
the one
working.
eyebrow.
Yo, I'm telling you, it's my guy. Yeah, you can follow me on IG, and everything is Quincy Chad. I try to keep it streamlined for everybody, so it's nice and simple. Thank you for having us, man. It's a pleasure. It means something doing this play, this particular play.
Exactly.
And having two brothers doing a podcast live at City Theater with a black director. I mean, this is a big thing.
Pittsburgh making waves.
We picked this.
right here.
We looked at the
Yeah.
play and we was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah. Good.
We're like,
Yeah,
no,
we wasn't
that.
doing another Grease remake.
Hey, man. And I ain't trying to size y'all at all, man. Y'all
Yeah.
niggas real life is funny, though.
Yeah.
Hey, go back to Brooklyn and tell them. Go back to
No,
DC.
no, he in DC. Don't do
Go
that.
to DC.
Don't do
Go
that.
to
Drink a part.
I got some
But
folk
look,
down DC. We got.
But look, when
Okay.
y'all come to
Awesome.
Brooklyn, finally, you know, or New York,
I got a little.
Nah, bro.
let me
It's
know.
that DC
Let me
wave
know.
all
Let me
day.
know when you
No,
come to New
let's
York.
go.
Real talk. I'm not
Funny
playing
out
with y'all.
there.
We gonna hang out. You
Yeah.
can hang out with Kareem too.
Holla.
Oh no, I'm definitely.
Nice.
I'm definitely hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so we've been down there hanging out with Garrett Oliver down in Brooklyn Brewing. Shout out to
Okay,
to the
hey.
homie. So yeah, we've
We got the boy
we know
Norex.
some folks.
We got the boy
That's
Norex.
what's
Bell.
up. That's
We
what's
can
up.
get
Yeah,
outside.
no, let's kick it for real.
Yeah.
For real. Stay in touch, brothers.
Yes,
And,
sir.
and,
Yes, sir.
I'm really proud of y'all to have a
proud of
podcast like this. Two brothers doing their thing. That's
appreciate
beautiful.
that. No,
And
we
it's
really
love
appreciate
between the
that.
two of y'all. I can see it. You know what I mean? It's not no hate,
Nah, I
nothing.
hate that
No
motherfucker.
jealousy.
I hate that motherfucker.
Appreciate it.
Hey, funny as hell, bro.
I don't like him at all. We just try and get big enough so we can have like a public breakup. so it's like a thing where we get some more followers off that shit.
Did you hear that Day and Ed were getting along? Like,
Well, I got a question for you. Did you look at him when I said the light skin stuff?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, that's
That
I was
whole,
just- I was wondering the whole time.
As you were like that line, I
That's his
felt
line.
Ed. I ain't even look at that motherfucker. I couldn't look at that motherfucker at
crossed
least
my
15
leg.
minutes until it cooled off.
Yeah.
My brother, you blushing a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He showed up. He knew he
and
was
we can
light
see it because he light skinned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He knew it. He knew he was light skinned. He knew it was real.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we out here.
All right, we got to. I got one last question for you. What's your favorite form of potato?
God damn it. He always sneaks that in.
So do you know the secret?
There's a secret to potato?
So
Please
the
tell
ice
me.
cream. Wait, Ellen, you're about to be blown. The ice cream is mashed potatoes.
Oh, see, that's why that question always.
This is called Behind the Scenes. Each True Hollywood Story. Each one behind the music. Pop-up video. It's mashed potatoes.
we gotta shout out Lauren.
and when
Lauren
they
makes our
first
mashed
made
potato
it-
every
When
day.
they first made it, they had too much margarine. I was like, it's too yellow. And our props master is amazing. And she's also really fierce. Louise, she was like, Reg, you ever heard of French vanilla? And I was like, don't try me, Louise. Don't try me, Louise. So our amazing team here at C. You mentioned Tony on the set, Louise on the props. We have amazing stage managers. Patty and Lauren hold this play down every single day.
Yes.
They are amazing.
Yes.
Lauren is awesome. In addition to all her tasks, she also makes mashed potatoes, 2 buckets of mashed potatoes every night. That these guys are so good, they like it's ice cream. That's called crack.
They was really swallowing that shit. They was really eating that
Pause
on
that.
the
It
stage.
was-
Like,
yeah.
They are amazing. But yeah, my favorite form of potato would be a baked potato with
Baked?
sour cream and chives. Maybe a little bit of butter, bacon, cheddar cheese. A loaded.
I paused
Nice.
him.
A loaded
I
baked
paused him.
potato?
He was paused.
I'm behind the scenes. I don't gotta fit them titted costumes.
All right, Dave, we had a great time. Y'all enjoyed the podcast?
Hey!
They let the people know where they can find us.
Hey, shout out to City Theater. Shout out to Laura Greenwald for bringing us out here years ago. man.
Yes, sir.
That was like, doing the damn thing, all the growth, whatever. It's dope to be back here. Thank you for all the folks out here that came out late night after the play. Shout out to the actors, the directors. Oh, this isn't live. This is
Wait,
recorded.
so
This is
tomorrow,
live.
I just want to say this because we really want to make sure everybody that wants to see this play can see this play. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., pay what you want. Show up here,
Pay what you want.
see this play, get in this building and support these amazing actors, support this story. 1 p.m. tomorrow. Saturday, 1 o'clock,
Tell
pay
your
what you
friends.
want. $1
everybody.
or $1,000, we'll take it.
Tell your friend, tell the
closer
folks,
to
man.
one side.
Put that
I'm
out
with
there.
that
You know what I mean? And, we are the Drinking Partners. If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. And you can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod.
Hey, listen, we have to, and we can't go without one more time. Round of applause for everybody in one night in Miami. Wonderful experience. It's been a pleasure sitting with you brothers, talking about how that experience has affected you. You know, just sitting there watching four brothers in a room. We definitely don't do that enough. So, if my takeaway is brotherhood, man. Make sure you check up on your friends. Make sure you have real conversations with your friends, because we don't do that enough, man. Sausage parties can be something that you can grow from. So always Drinking Partners is the crew, Epicast is the family, and we out of here.
You mean there's no one else coming?
Pause.
That was like, oh, that's